7:01 on the dot. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the underground. We have officially started a new trend. Let's hope we can keep it up. Now, my name is Joseph Hooliger, and again, welcome to the underground. This is our first official performance. I would like to thank Gilda for being our first ever person to ever come to the underground, and from this date forth she will always be an honorary guest. Okay, now I'm not a big speaker. In fact, I hate lights and everything else. That's why I'm always behind the camera. So I'm going to turn it over to my assistant, Miss Julianne Hodge, and I just want to say again, thank you all for coming, and we do appreciate your support. Thank you.
We'll get the show started with Clemvio Hodge, his poem entitled Thinking.
Good night. Sometimes I stop and just think. Think about what my future holds for me. I'm not a fortune teller or a shrink, but my thoughts run deep like the sea. Often I contemplate on what I want to be, how I could help my family and country succeed, and make my people live happy and free, for through the years they did weep and bleed. How can I create an easy pathway for others? What can I do to make their lives worthwhile? I'll work hard and give back to my sisters and brothers, and raise them up to do the same for some other child. But I, still a child, am forging my pathway. It may seem real tough, but I can make it through. So I sit here thinking about how I may be someone who can be there for you. Thank you.
We'll now have Sarah Francis with The Naked Truth.
The naked truth. You preach that honesty is the best policy. But what a lie, what hypocrisy. You employ somebody out of loyalty, with no passes at sexy, no talent, no ability. You tell her that she's beautiful when she's unqualified, and that is shameful. You then ask me to give my opinion. Get it off my chest, you say. But when the truth is revealed, you try to hide it. You are dishonest. You hide behind ambiguous words to say you have tact, but your words deceive. You don't care about their impact. You pay me more than I deserve, saying that you're doing me a favor, when all the while you're trying to use me, pretending that you are clever. You're doing nothing for free. Therefore, I will not be your charity, because I know that one day, all things given free, you will threaten me and try to shame me, try to expose me. Mr. CEO, my manager, my director, you are an imposter. Look in your mirror and all you see is a puffed up liar, bloated with greed, false pride and envy. Honesty is definitely not your best policy. Dishonesty, sir, is your greatest quality. But you know what will hurt me? What is the most painful part of this travesty? You will never be exposed for your treachery, because as it happens in our small society, only a few will believe me, since you, Mr. CEO, is my powerful employer and I am your poor employee.
We'll now have Alexis Ryan with Unrequited Love.
Unrequited love. Today my girlfriend told me that she didn't love me. And when she said it, I thought it was a joke. But then again, she said it. This time she said we could be friends. Wow. A moment ago she was my girl, my world, but now she's just my nobody. So sadly, as I walked the streets, I saw a daisy. It had 5 leaves, so I picked it with that old familiar poem. She loved me, she loves me not. She loves me, she loves me not. She loves me, yes, she loves me. She loves me. I breathe a sign of relief, and then someone comes behind me and says, I'm sorry, but you also have to count the stem. It is the part of the flower that keeps it whole. So, wow, I guess she loves me not. And it doesn't matter how much I show I love her, the fact is I cannot make her love me. No matter how many flowers I butcher, their petals and stems cannot build me a boat that will float. Her love is an ocean, flowing wide and deep. And I just keep going around in circles, trying to find a path, but never discovering the way to her heart. So I think I am tired of chasing her pavement, so I am giving up, moving on, because her love is a battlefield, and I am a wounded warrior fighting a battle I cannot win. Her love is unrequited. Her heart, an unimpenetrable fortress guarded by a selfish queen who stole my heart and refuses to give it back. She is selfish. But I should have known this, because when times were good, she was good, and when times were bad, she was absent. But my love never left her side. Never once did it waver. Never once did it venture into uncharted waters, because I believe through stormy seas we could have been each other's life raft and float on. And it took me a little while to realize that loving her was like holding a cactus plant. The tighter I held on, the more it hurt. The more I begged, the more pathetic I seemed. But I just wish she had told me sooner, before I invested my time and energy on her countenance, hope that she would have paid me some interest. Before I tripped heart first into her smile. Before I gave her my heart, not knowing that eventually I would need it to live. Before I died 10,000 times in her eyes, believed every single lie, like when she said, I love you, not knowing the truth that her love is unrequited. Her heart, an unimpenetrable fortress guarded by a selfish queen. But it's okay. I'm gonna put my application in somewhere else, somewhere where there's vacancies, and I guarantee someone will accept me.
Yawning colony, distracted peons leaning back, adorn a city bench, forgotten grace, silence in parliament, disarmed peons and pigeons accepting crumbs, clock stand delirium, minutes late, the frenzied ring, alarming silence on Government Hill, Whitehall did does, tired kingdom of antics, lush old fellows blinking on a black-white draft board in a slow noon of rituals. Pawns and gregarious old goats, political tales switching from side to side, sound of their hoofs, the staggered voices of children, their unemancipated flights. But however embarrassing their tenure, those broken bells, intermittent chimes, Providence is mine, ice cream vendor needing a platform saying, kick the British out, cross the road, lull the audience, apologetic, balance of sleep and wake. Grandstand squeaks, bended approach, black colony, redundant old guards harping, costumed fifers, heads cocked like rifles, nodding, soundless drums, noonday siesta, slow marches up and down Parliament.
Have Kenya Bell with Christianity Isn't a Religion.
My question to you is Christianity a religion? How I feel about a situation, it is only your opinion. Let God do the judging. Who are you to judge me? I'm standing here on the stage and I'm only here to speak the truth. A lot of people won't believe, they won't even understand. This is why they stay mute. But I refuse to be silenced because I understand and I see. I'm not who you expect me to be. I'm who God wants me to be. Many people are living on lies and doing all kind of things, thinking that Christianity is a part of this whole life where you just get up and you sing, you stand up in the church and you praise the Lord, and then it's hallelujah and go home. It's not like that. Every day is a holy day. You're supposed to be in that zone. You see, it's not about religion. It's about relation. You and me are both God's creation. I refuse to be idolized, and I refuse to be seculated. This is a real world. God chose each and every one of you before he created you or me. So I'm going to leave you here with this, and later I will give you more. Keep your eyes open. Christianity is not a religion. I'll be back. Please don't snore.
Tristan Christopher with Through My Eyes.
Good night. My poem is entitled Through My Eyes. Through my eyes, all I see is violence and crime. 3 thugs and drugs in the street. Baby mama's crying. 2 guns shot in the street. Another soldier dies for the struggle in this world of trouble. What's going on? I don't understand. How could someone take the life of another man playing God? It's so much drama going on to the point that I can't write it down in the words for this poem. But I got to, because you need to know it. Your own people have got you fooled, and you need to know it. Because what they really doing is promoting fear in the hearts of the citizens who be living here. And the youth are going crazy, trying to find the truth. But they rebel against it and find another route and end up in jail, because you know it's filled with blacks. We gotta help each other, but our mentality is whack. Don't be the problem, be the solution, because we are dying at the cost of our own pollution. The revolution would not be televised. So keep your ears to the street and your eyes to the sky, because a better day comes, a new day is dawning. Like I said in my first poem, joy comes in the morning. So don't worry about the drama, man, pain and strife. Just relax your soul and thank God for life.
Oluwakimi Linda Banks with A Show That Launched the Revolution.
Good night. I'm going to need your help for this one, okay? It happened many years ago. The Anguilla Revolution started with a show. Did you know? A Queen show. Did you know? Let me hear you. A Queen show. Did you know? A Queen show. Anguilla has many claims to fame, but there is one claim that will never be replicated or repudiated. A revolution was launched by a Queen show in 1967. In those days, Anguilla had no roads. When you drove in your cars, you went brugga-dugga, brugga-dugga, potholes all over the place. You felt as if you're going to say, oh God, help my soul. There was no running water, nothing to lock off, as we say in Anguilla, or lock on. No electricity. Baba Johnny used to wait for the moonlight. In Sinkis they call us Baba Johnny. You wait for the moonlight because then you could play all kind of nonsense stories and tell all kind of jokes, frighten people, play children, children. Yes, mama, where you going? What did she give you? Where did you put it? Okay. Yeah, man, it was fun in them days. But then Britain decided to mess up things and said that they can bring Anguilla and Sinkis together as a state. Anguilla didn't want a thing to do with that. So Anguillans decided that whenever Bratcher comes to Anguilla, they're going to fix him up. So what you think? Bratcher came to Anguilla. Anguillans chased him out. Opposition on the island came from the east. People like Atlin Harrigan, wise men and women came from the Ronald Webster, Atlin Harrigan, Walter Hodge, Olive Hodge, you hear? You know, did you know? Anguilla Revolution was launched by a show. What? A Queen show. So now, here comes statehood. Me the Anguilla rep. 6 girls. And Edward, she here? Blondell Martin, Edwina Carter, Betty Owen, Maisel Connor, and me. I was a little reluctant because when you grow up in a house with 4 brothers and them call you Broomstick Pontach and number 1 and string bean, you don't feel like no queen. But anyhow, I allowed myself to be persuaded and we had practice sessions. Can you imagine me at government house with a book on my head trying to gain my poise? Help me out, child. Help me out. See, I would have never make it anyhow. Just speak, mother. You see the fellow with the camera? His mother, Bernadine Huligo. She was supposed to recite a poem at the show, but she was warned to stay home. It can be more than a show. Just speak. And the grandmother, Dora Bryan, she wrote a song, we're out to build a new Anguilla. We're out to build a new Anguilla. We're out to build a new Anguilla. This band of pioneers. It happened many, many years ago. The Anguilla Revolution was launched with a show. Did you know? A Queen show. Yeah, man. So the night of the show come, high school building, academic section where the bright ones go, senior section for the dunce ones. We were in the academic section dressing up for the show. There was a group from St. Kitts. They stayed by my mother's house. Can you imagine? My mother had a guest house, 6 picnic, and she. Family house. And we had about 4 for company. Cromwell Borry, they call him Gumsy. He ain't had no Anguilla family, so I know we get the name Gums from. He was a comedian and a guitarist. And then they had a fellow named Tunka. He was a magician. We all got dressed up for the show in our swimsuit. No bikini, one piece, you know, but looking good, looking fine. My mother was the last to leave. Lights went out. That wasn't planned. Darkness. Stones on the roof. What going on? Then our eyes begin to burn. We thought they were coming after us for going in the show. We tried to get under desks, under tables, under cupboards. Remember them old desks they had in the high school? All in one. That was the origin, I think, of all in one. We decided to get out then because we were running around like children. Like chickens without a head. You ever see your mother chop off a chicken head? And the chicken running on the ground without a head. Well, we were running around. But we jumped outside and we realized there was even more confusion out there. My mother was standing up by the door. But out there lights were shouting, everybody shouting. So we ran back in and we grabbed our towels because our eyes were burning with the tear gas. Going through the gate, I saw some fellas behind a pile of stones. Oh my God! Now we're dead. But they didn't recognize me. They said, go ahead, lady, you go ahead. I ran home because my house was right next door. The house was full of people broken down for hens that my brothers used to jump over when we were going to school late. My mother told me when she entered the hall, she felt strange. So she stood by the door. And Cromwell Borry was on the stage. Gumsy, they called it. My grandfather's clock was stooped for the shelf, so it stood 90 floor. It was more than half than the old man itself, though it lived not up something more. I mean, I know it. He didn't know it either because he didn't get to say it. Because as he continued, it stopped short. He was stopped short. Somebody say, sure got us. That stopped. For it stopped short, never to go again when the old. He was stopped short, but he said, the show must go on. He did show me, the show must go on. Let me hear, show must go on. Lights out. People's eyes burning with tear gas. We never know about tear gas in Anguilla, but your eyes burning. Push up the old windows. Somebody decided to push up one. All the women in them horrible skirt. Tear up them skirting. You know they say Noah's Ark, the animals went in 2 by 2. Well, they went over 1 by 1. Tear up the skirt and jump through the window. Somebody say that there was a minister of God. He was praying, Lord, if this is the way I should die, so be it. But there was a little boy shy by him. He said, child, run for your life. Them said Tunka, who was supposed to be the magician and the fire eater, he run to the cemetery and he fall down in an old grave. A young woman stumbled on him. She said, where am I? He said, darling, you're in heaven. The show never happened, but the revolution did. The Anguilla Revolution, did you know, started with what? A Queen show. So here we are today, 40 years later, and my show is completed. For Mickey, where you are? My daughter back there, she completed the cycle for me, because this time it was not a statehood show, but a Miss Anguilla crown, a crown that we would never have enjoyed if we did not have the Anguilla Revolution, because it happened many, many years ago. The Anguilla Revolution started with a show. Now you know, a Queen show.
We'll now have Lawrence Dyer with Willie's Week.
The musicians remembered an old song. Smell the coffee too late. Man on his back in a one-room shack. Daylight snuffed out like match. Twisting roads without a road map. Bugs in Anguilla to be squashed. Willie held up a mirror for them. Scissors coats and top hats kicked up dust. Whip curled back and cut their tails. Irreverent power went to their heads. Really stripped naked, walked away. Look how upstarts become falling stars. Silly grip on power, my son. Weep no more for the old man. Tiptoe past and leave the dead alone. Sleeping dogs on courthouse step. Grandpa dancing for his sons. Trembling fifes like pointed gun. Late salutations. One more sorry song.
We'll now have Clemvio Hodge with Silence.
What cuts deeper into your soul? Some say it's spoken word, but I say it is those unspoken which leaves a hole, which deepens with every second of nothing. When your closest friends become upset with you and leaves you to swim it all alone, it makes one wonder how good, how true they really are to the people they love. It causes reflection on why you are what you are today, how you can improve yourself. What can you do to control what you do and say and become a better person to everyone? But the lack of words which tear us apart won't help to mold us and make us better, but drives a stake deeper into our heart and leaves an unhealable scar. I, for one, won't allow a friend like you to go. The times we had, the people we are and will be. I won't allow my folly to ruin that. No. But it's my fault. I'm sorry for that. Please mend the scars with words of hope. Let me know that I am forgiven for this mess, or I will stay here forever and more. For I lost the greatest friend the world has ever given.
We'll now have Sarah Francis with the manhood debate.
My friends, I am a bit perplexed as to why being a man is so complex. Wait, I take them back. I'm a whole lot confused as to why some men make understanding manhood so difficult for the sisters in the hood. The sisterhood, if you know what I mean. For us sisters, it is quite clear. From day one, we know our role, our duty. We came on this earth to share. Share love, share chores, share blessings, share love, share clothing, share shelter, share partners. Oops. Anyway, moving on. Share knowledge, share wisdom, share strength. Share money even when you don't have any. History shows women were born to care. It's easy. So why do some men make life seem so complicated? You have some brothers out there who go back and forth, who can't give a straight answer when a sister is trying to find out what is his role, what is his duty, what is he good for, what can he do or cannot do. These brothers make us wonder, make us question their manhood. You know what I mean? For we sisters will no longer let you stand by and say, I am the man of the house, just because you say so. Repeating the famous line that woman was made from the rib of a man simply will not do. So forget that one too. For your information, brothers, we ain't buying away the pants any longer and wearing one too. We sisters call that bullshit. It don't hold water anymore. Come on, brothers, cut the crap, man. That kind of talk is worthless as the eggs that slip and drop on the floor. Brothers, step up and show why you can cut wood. And never, never, never let a sister question your manhood.
Do we have any perfect people in here? No? Okay, good. So I'm at a good crowd. I wake up every morning, I look at my face. It is filled with black marks and scars, mostly from pimples I have popped. My eyes, they are squinted and crusty. My nose is flared and enlarged, and in fact, people say that on a clear day like today, you can see my brain or exactly what I am thinking at that moment. My neck is filled with razor bumps, so I'll just use a little bump stopper and they'll be gone. My skin is the color of the Nubian dawn, coupled with my illustrious glow. The latter stretch marks across my chest and arms, they show me my history. My stomach protrudes from my back and hangs so gently over my pants. My abs have faded somewhere into Never Never Land. Still I stand firm in front of that mirror, inhaling, in hopes that I may see them again. But I know if I never see them again, I will survive because I am beautiful, if only in God's eyes. I am perfect just the way I am because I understand that perfection, although it is something we all strive for, it does not exist. It is just a myth. Matter of fact, the only man on this earth that was perfect was Jesus, and even he was crucified. So why should I lie to myself, stressing and suffer the consequence about things I do not have the ability to change, like the color of my skin? I know a girl who practically wears nothing, and in her mind, she is not thin enough. The jock, he walks out every day at the gym, and in his mind, he's not big enough, buff enough. He finds faults in the size of his calves. They're not big enough. But I say enough is enough, and it's time for us to look in the mirror and love what we see. To understand that true beauty is not always visible because it lies on the inside. Television personalities have more insecurities than you and me. Why do you think they do plastic surgeries? It is because they are looking for perfection when it does not exist. But happiness is real. Just look inside yourself, and there you will find it. Thank you.
We'll now have Mikkel Mussington with Speaking On.
Good night, everybody. Speaking on. With immense emotion, he captivates the audience. Body gestures, punctuated words, pelting onward like a spear. Then with subtle emotion, she persuades, skillfully weaving her web around us. She's speaking on history forgotten, the colonials of Rhodes Monument, slavery, racism, countries, and their rights. He's also on a winning streak, doesn't intend on breaking it either. No time soon. Yeah, this man, subtle but yet boisterous and flavorful. He's amazing. Wow. Strong, dense words of information. The struggle to be somebody. Speaking on the rock, Anguilla. It's pride, it's freedom, it's fortune. She's speaking on the importance of a nickel. Its true worth, memories carried. She talks as if she's in a personal conversation. She reads as if she's drinking water. She's free with her speech. She catapults words from her soul. He says, if you don't write, you're wrong. Your pen is mightier than a gun. He's speaking on the nightingale. How beautiful it sings. How it flew in and defecated on a book of his. But never shut down his dreams. She's speaking on school days. Its negatives, positives, profound messages, as well as dehumanizing experiences. With bold, forceful attitude, He brings them to the edge of their seats. He's speaking on to ain't no aya because 'tis only we. He sounds pretty pissed off at this point. Further details were none. For he thought it would be a boredom to some. With smooth, somewhat graceful, firm, balanced speech, he gives words of encouragement. He's speaking on black culture and its inheritance, mindsets, stereotypes, diversities, conflicts, benefits. With moist shirt, his hair widely yawns. At the day of break, finally awake. For some time, I believe he was in hibernation. Flows, wittiness urges from his pores, perspiration. Already he's ready, his parachute strapped to his body. Dear God, I pray he doesn't make that mistake again. You, yes, you, please hear me. Next time around, don't even think about looking down. If you attempt to glimpse the other side, you've come too far. You have plenty more to accomplish, and you yet have to promote aspiring poets. After that, you could tip your head and spin 1,000 times, just as long as you're upright before the 9 seconds are up. Thank you.
Alright. We'll now have Can You Bell with Why Judge Me?
Have you seen what I've been through? Do you understand the situations that I went through? So why do you judge me? You see, I've realized that it's harder for people to love you when they don't understand and know you. But the question still remains, why do you judge me? Have you been down the road that I've been down? Having to duck and hide from the cops when they come in with their guns out like freeze. So why do you judge me? I'm not proud of my past, but I'm not ashamed of it either. Because it made me into the man that I am today. Because circumstances made me who I was. But they don't understand, but yet they judge me. Now you see, it's kind of crazy how people nowadays quick to judge others. Don't you be the same as me? Don't you have a father and a mother? So why do you judge me? The question still remains again. Do you know me? Do you understand what I've been through? Do you understand how it is? Or how it feels to be pushed to the side and considered as a second option? So why do you judge me? Now, if y'all understand where I'm coming from, you could probably relate. But if you ain't ever been down that path, the most you can do is hate. But if you understand where I'm coming from, then I expect you to love me. But the question still remains, why do you judge me? Have you ever asked me how my past was before I came to this state? Have you taken the time out to meet me on the street and ask me, yo, how do you get that cake? Man, it's reality. Because I've been on the block. I know what the street life is. So why do you judge me? Do you handle your biz? Haven't you made a mistake in life? I'm sure you did. And I'm sure you still are doing it. So why do you judge me? I'm just saying, get to know me before you judge me. Good night, people.
Lawrence Dyer with A Song for Venus.
Song for Venus. Venus, tantalizing, cold, minds to have or behold. Shifting smile of a moon, Venus dancing behind her veil. I awoke from my dream. She stood outside my window, beckoning me in full flight. I dodged the bullet of that buzzing fly. Light bulbs went on. I got the naked picture. She will never be mine. From the height of heaven, I fell right back to earth. When I went upstairs again, the moon disappeared.
Miss Linda Banks with Paradox.
I'm actually going to do two right now because I want to first of all dedicate one to Josvik, because Josvik met me a couple of weeks ago. He said, I want you to be on a show. I know you write poetry. I said, how do you know? I know. He said, I want you to be part of this group that's going to be doing the spoken word at Darwin's place. I said, okay. And you know, I used to write a lot of poetry, but then I stopped. So Josvik did something to me. That boy, he is wicked. So the first one I'm going to read is called Sweet Release. Oozing through my quivering pores, tumbling from my twitching fingertips, rumbling around restlessly in my brain, words unstoppable, relentless, revealing a compulsion and obsession, making connections and associations, observations, absurd ruminations, pregnant questions and creations. Used to write them on demand when requested, when solicited. Now demanding to be free. Clear the way, can't stop the flood. Got to free them, just let go. Dam is broken, floodgates open. Words cascade torrentially, breaking down defenses. Fences which constrained, contained, maintained. Bound by productivity, clogging creativity. Cataclysmic burst of life. Clearing thoughts and feelings that were once congested, now released from cluttered enclaves of my mind, too productive to be creative. Words which flowed mellifluously, when expected, when requested, now demand their sweet release. Unrestrained and unabated, grab a pencil, grab a pad, capture it on the iPad, catch that thought while it's still reeling, strip away the layers of peeling, empty out the fractured feelings. Maybe that can bring some healing. Usher in a sense of peace, bring with it such sweet release. Josvik, that one is for you. And I put them together in this little booklet, and I tried to look for a picture, and I found a starfish. No, the starfish really ain't happy to be out of the water, you know, but it just encapsulated for me the kind of release I got from writing. And most of you who are here, you know I'm a psychologist, so now I'm going to mess with your head. The paradox. Life is a paradox, a contradiction, like a paradox. Yeah, like a paradox. We go with the flow, meandering along, going whichever way it goes. Go with the flow, go with the crowd, or travel down the road less traveled, breaking new ground, daring to be different. A paradox. Life makes it easy to go with the flow, but challenges us to struggle upstream to see what's there, coming out on the other side, to stand alone, or tread the murky waters alone. Lonely or fulfilled? Life is a paradigm. A paradigms. We flip. Heads you win, tails you win. We learn to make the shift of how we see, of how we be. We give to get, but only get when we freely give. We play at work, wasting time, stealing time when work could be our play. Play that's fulfilling, satisfying, gratifying, like a love affair. Can't wait to see you, to hold you, to be near to you, to work at making love work, our love, and love our work, our play each day. The struggle becomes the catalyst for freedom to who we want to be. And then it's fun. We're free, carefree, just free to be like a paradox. Enjoying the moment, gliding along, releasing, then massaging our doubts, our ambivalence about the pair of dimes we hold, yet tossing them, straddled by our dreams up high, to the one up there who's looking out for the I and I. Reaching beyond our limited reach, knowing that tails we win, heads we win, the paradigm Yes, life is a paradox, a contradiction. Let's trust ourselves to claim the paradigm and live our lives ready to die for a life in which we really enjoy the paradox of life.
We'll now have Vanden Samuel with Do You.
Do you believe in falling for someone who doesn't know your very existence? The process of you suppressing all of your feelings and emotions because you're not sure if it's safe to tell him or her how you really feel. You catch yourself staring at their beautiful eyes, or even their lips as words slip smoothly between them. The way they act or even react to certain things, placing that smile on your face as you think to yourself, wow. Their voice drifting in the air, playing over and over and over again in your head like a scratch CD. Do you believe in falling for someone who treats you like the wind? If it was you, would you believe?
Now have Tiffany Jones with Situations.
Hello. My name is Tiffany Victoria Jones, and my poem is called Situations. There was a man who robbed a store and murdered its 2 cashiers. This man was caught and sent to jail with a sentence of 22 years. Another man injected his son with a very deadly disease. Sentenced to 50 years, he was utterly displeased. There was a woman who had a lover and an unexpected pregnancy. She'd give the sentence in this case. Her innocent child received the death penalty.
We'll now have Tanjira Huggins with Love's Mystery.
Good evening. My poem is entitled Love's Mysteries. Locked away in the deep burrows and the dungeon of your heart, surrounded and imprisoned by the dark, love is enclosed, ever trapped by fear, for the mind and soul refuses to shed a tear. So close and so far is the key to be free, but the heart remains blind, for it does not wish to see. I believe that we are each born with one half of our heart, and we are given our whole lifetime to retrieve the other part. Love is high, and love is low. Love is everywhere we go, and with the kindest conscience, it will always show. Never sit around waiting for love to find you. Sometimes you must search, but you won't search your whole life long either. One day, when you least expect it, it will suddenly approach. I believe life is too sweet for anyone to ever be sour. And love is too strong, so don't you ever underestimate its power. Thank you.
Yeah, good night. Boy, may I tell you, I got to say some things. Anybody from the ATB here? Eh? Anyone who work with the Anguilla Tourist Board in the audience? No? That's good. I don't think them all love what me I got to say next. In Jamaica, we are not politically correct. And for us, the PC is not a personal computer or politically correct. It's a curse word. So we are not politically correct. The Lit Fest just begin. Now when I come through the immigration, them said to me, do you have a UK visa? Me start wonder if me there in the right country. This don't look like London. And I'm asked if I have a UK visa. I said, so why am I being asked for a UK visa? Am I not a Caribbean man in a Caribbean country? Actually, I do. But what if I didn't? Would you send me back? They said they would have retained my passport. Now, I left that situation and went to the governor's residence, which I shouldn't have done. But as a mark of protest, I didn't decide to eat or drink anything there to make a statement that I'm not with it. And then I said to a few people, so where the people them there? Because if you had blindfolded me and take me to the governor's residence, I wouldn't know that I was in Anguilla. So we are the people, the Anguillan people. No disrespect to who are there. But we never see the people there who would have been the people who are here. And we didn't see the people who are here there. So we know something wasn't quite right. And then when I came here now, I said, Ronald, come let me just reach the Lit Fest. You have to go start it out between now and next year. I don't even know if some politics are going on. This is underground poetry. Well, it's full time. The underground come above ground. Because the under is nothing inferior. If anything about the under, it is superior. So we have situations to work out. The pen is mightier than the sword. So we're not into hostility or confrontation. We are honored guests of the Anguilla Tourist Board. But we are poets. And we push the envelope. And we challenge. We are not conformists. We are intellectual outlaws. Observation, inspiration, meditation. Charged with vibration, climax reaching orgasm, I pen mechanism is ejaculating, and I see men flowing from my pen. Warriors of humanity, enemies of autocracy, champions of right, children of light, fighting against evil, Satan, the devil, soldiers of the army, destroying apartheid and poverty, establishing free man, free woman, equality and liberty. I tongue is a pen of a ready writer, writing upon the winds of time. I mind writes upon the fleshy pages of I heart. I eyes the mirror of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. I am seeking divinity, propagating I thoughts by the powers of telepathy, giving thanks and praises unto the Most High, His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I, Jah Rastafari, as I see men, women, and children flowing from I pen, I pen, I pen, I pen, mightier than the sword every time. Now I'm a student of sociology. And it is sociology that brought I to the consciousness of Rastafari. Now sociology teaches that the basic unit of any human community is the individual. And the basic social unit is the family. Now by extension and extrapolation, humanity is a family which must subscribe to the very basic definition of what a family is. With father, mother and children, as in earth, as in the heaven, with sun, moon and stars. Now, the Bible claims that God talked to himself, and we know say only mad people talk to themselves. And God said, let us make God. What going on there, so? We say, God said, let us make man in our own image and likeness. Now I assert that God was talking to a woman. God has a wife. God can't have 7.2 billion children and have the woman. Anybody will teach we that up to something and is not something good. So is the God and the goddess. We can't take the woman out of the Godhead. If you take the woman out of the Godhead, it's an empty head that. We see we take the woman out of the calendar as well. It's not 12 months in the calendar, it's 13. Do the mathematics and multiply 28 by 12 and so you come up with. Then multiply it by 13. And check the relationship of the woman's menstrual cycle with the cycles of the moon. And then we start talk business. Check the atoms with the neutrons and the protons and the electrons. Check the yin and the yang. Check the father, mother and child. Check the sun, moon and star. So we want that balance. Now we are all inhabitants of one planet Earth. One family of humanity. We salute the black woman of creation because the first womb is the black womb. The first line is the black line. Even the white people come out of the black people. The only thing that they run out of melanin and the journey of life. And so, this is in tribute to the original mother, Mother Earth. The earth is a garden of creation, purposefully clothed with lush, green vegetation, roots firm enough to prevent critical soil erosion, all elements working in union for natural joy and satisfaction. The earth is our friend. We are the friends of the earth. The cyclic function of the earth's ecology is no mystery, like the organs of the human body, each working in perfect harmony in this our environmental community, of which the guardians and keepers are the children of humanity. The earth is our friend. We are the friends of the earth. The rivers, like blood streams flowing into the oceans, returning secretly to the fleshy bowels of the earth's creation, evaporating to the atmospheric breath of life. Sun, moon, and stars, solid, liquid, and gas, flesh, blood, and spirit. The earth is our friend. We are the friends of the earth. If we protect the earth, then the earth will protect us, clothe, feed, and shelter us. The earth is a garden of creation. If we keep the earth alive, then we will stay alive. The earth will keep us alive. The earth is our mother and our friend. We are the friends and the children of the earth, of the earth, of the earth, of Mother Earth. Now, when I was going to school, I had a girlfriend. And my girlfriend was only 14 years old, but don't get it twisted, I was only 15. I never know, say, you should have kissed your girlfriend. So one day, you know how boys are? My friend said, so have you ever kissed your girlfriend? I said, no, why would I do that? Them said, then it's not your girlfriend. If you don't kiss her, you lose her. So I decided I'm going to kiss my girlfriend. So this evening, we were walking for about 4 miles. Have you ever dreamt that you were trying to get up and something is holding you down? Are you trying to run and you can't run? Well, I was trying to kiss my girlfriend and I couldn't kiss her. But in those days, you could not stop at a girl's home and hang out and talk. You have to move and keep on moving. So when I reached her gate, it was now or never. And so I held her hands like this and kissed her. And that evening, I didn't walk home. I floated home. That night, I did not sleep. I didn't have a waterbed at the time, but I was floated in my bed. But I was worried. I want to give her something, but you have to work for it. I give you this book if someone could tell me why was I so worried for the entire night. Look like you're ancient and primitive just like me. Come here. No, listen, come up with me. How you know that? Tell me.
Listening to you.
Wow. Clap her, man. Brilliant. You're welcome. Thank you very much. I was worried that she would become pregnant. No. In this day and age, we know that it takes a much more than a kiss right here, so you don't have to worry. But pregnancy is not the only concern. We need to make informed choices and informed decisions. Come, we are adults, but we repeat that. We have children here. Informed choices and informed decisions. Now this is entitled, Woman, I Love You. The Rastaman is not romantic, you know. The Rastaman is Afromantic. And that is a new word. Woman, I love you. You know me really need you. Me love you, you know, say me honor you. Woman, I love you. You know me really need you. Me love you, me must have forget you. The first time me said for me, I pan you. Me heart start beat that me na know where fi do. So me take me time and me think about you. Use me mind and scrutinize you. Me heart and me soul just embrace you. Me find out say you full of inner beauty. Inner for me hand you put your innocency. You make me little heart feel glad and happy. Woman, I love you. You know me really need you. Me love you, you know, say me honor you. Woman, I love you. You know me really need you. Me love you, me happy man, control you. Look how we captain the ship name relationship. 1 sip, 2 dip. Me heart starts skip. 2 sip, 3 dip. Me sight a eclipse. Especially when me kiss your tender lips. Woman, I love you. You know me really need you. Me love you, you know, say me honor you. Woman, I love you. You know me really need you. Me love you, me must have forget you. Come make we join with life together. Increase with body temperature. A raging fire is my heart desire. Come make we celebrate and procreate. Humble we self and live in a faith. Cause when me put it on, everything is great. To man, I love you. You know me really need you. Me love you, you know, say me honor you. Woman, I love you. You know me really need you. Me love you, you know, say me honor you. Me are the man, you are the woman. Me are the prince, and you are princess son. Me are the sun, and you are the moon. And one come late and the other come soon. Listen to me heart, dance to the tune. Together make we set up a global plan. Heart to heart and hand in hand. Treading straight up to Mount Zion. So listen to me plan and catch me intention. Woman, I love you. You know me really need you. Me love you, you know, say me honor you. Woman, I love you. You know me really need you. Me love you, me have a man control you. And you can woman control me. Now, this is my 3rd time in this beautiful country. And I love the vibes of the people from day one, but especially as of now. You say if you don't right, you're wrong. We have to tell our own story, not his or her story. If the hunter tell the story of the hunted, then the hunted will be robbed of his honor and glory. We have to unearth our own talents, put our thoughts and visions into reality, shape and dictate our own destiny. Now, we the people and the victims of the genocide of the transatlantic Holocaust were crucified on the international cross of slavery and colonialism and buried into the sepulchre of death and captivity. But we refuse to die. It is said biblically that Cain killed Abel and buried Abel, and the earth refused to conspire with the murderer and became a womb and gave birth to Abel. So it is with the sepulchre of the genocide of captivity. It became a womb and gave birth to us, the children of the Black Resurrection, who are breathing new thoughts, new values, new perspective, new hope, new love into the temple of the family of humanity. We live that death must die. That's a paradox that Dr. Banks alluded to. And so we want to explore and interrogate the word called freedom. Is it free to be dumb or dumb to be free? Or dumb not to be free even though you're born free? But whether it is dumb to be free or free to be dumb, this one is entitled Freedom. This is the war cry for our prisoners and liberators universally. Freedom must be our only prison. Free the prisoners, because prisoners can't prison prisoners. Thieves and murderers cannot condemn thieves and murderers. We have to bring it come. We must bring it come. We have to bring we freedom come. How we bring it? We must bring it come. How we bring we freedom come. Tear the shackles off your minds. the chains from your hands and the chains from your feet. Free up your body and your mind. The prisoners are in the streets. The streets are in the prisons. You're a product of your environment. So the crooks are the architect of this establishment. So listen to me reasoning and start an argument. We have to bring it come. We must bring it come. How if we bring, we freedom come. We have to bring it. We must bring it come. How if we bring, we freedom. So you get up every day committing crimes. Put in the prisoners in your minds. If you take the prisoners from out of the prison, it will be no more a prison. There will be no need for a prison. So empty the prisons now. We have to bring it come. We must bring it come. We have to bring, we freedom come. We have to bring it. We must bring it come. How if we bring, we freedom. Now ask yourselves, who am I? Where am I from? Where am I? Where am I going? What's my purpose in life? How am I come from? How am I name? How am I go? Now when you find the answers to these questions, freedom will be your only prison. We have to bring it come. We must bring it come. We have to bring, we freedom come. We have to bring it. We must bring it come. How if we bring, we freedom. Now the first time I come to this country, I got so excited when I saw Her Majesty's prison. I'm going to tell I, Johnny, I say, a long time I want to tell Her Majesty piece of my mind. So let's go look for her. And him say she's not living there. So when I come this time, I say, listen, I hear that Her Majesty is not at Her Majesty's prison. So I need to go talk to the people who find themselves in Her Majesty's prison. Because I think that Her Majesty's prison were built for Her Majesty. And Her Majesty should be in her own prison. So what are you doing in Her Majesty's prison? So tomorrow, at 1:30, we'll have that conversation in Her Majesty's prison. Trying to empty that prison. To break free, even if you are still inside that prison. Because if they touch your body, don't let them touch your mind. If they touch your mind through miseducation and misreligions, don't let them touch your soul and your spirit. Transcend the barriers and boundaries of the oceans and the fences and the barbed wires and soar free. So that's the message I'll be bringing to the people who wrongly occupy Her Majesty's prison. So hear this now. We're going to do like a physics just now, because we see we have a brilliant audience, so may I take advantage. Now most things which are hard are very brittle. Most things which are soft are very tough. One of the toughest things you could find is like sponge and cotton, and nothing as soft and delicate like that. Glass is very hard, but very brittle. Life is about the juxtapositions of extremes, and balance and harmony is the operative word. This one is entitled Hard and Tough. Some talk hard, but we talk tough. Rough and tough. Hard and tough. Rougher than rough, tougher than tough. Some are move hard, but we are move tough. Rough and tough. Hard and tough. Rougher than rough, tougher than tough. Europe and America invade Africa. So them rape, so them kill, and so them plunder. And as you turn your back, them pick off your lock. Jamaica, that a fi Rasta rock. And me no inna them and shock. No bloody food can come in a me pot. And so me walk and chat me chat. And who the cap fit, them better wear that. Come with me now. Some attack, but we attack. Rough and tough. Hard and tough. rougher than rough, tougher than tough. Now let's just talk about the Red Indian. Where them they? Where them from? Who own them land? No, not America, include Canada, but who are the native of Australia? And who framed the prophet Marcus Mosiah? The Caribbean and the Queen of England. I know me can't make that the connection. So me want back me Magdala collection. Some attack hard, but we attack rough, hard, rougher than rough, tougher than tough. Now, hardness is the ability to resist surface indentation, while toughness is the ability to resist hard, sudden shocks. Now, glass is hard, but glass is brittle. Anything that is hard is brittle. But toughness is the ability to resist all external forces. So I and I prefer to be hard and tough. Rough and tough. Rougher than rough, tougher than tough. Raise up your voices now underground. Some attack hard, but we attack rough and tough. Hard and tough. Rougher than rough, tougher than tough. Some are move hard, but we are move tough. Rough and tough. Hard and tough. Rougher than rough, 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 rough. Boy, people, on no sweet. I must give people diabetes so much in the Caribbean. But I'm not complaining. No, we don't have forever. But you know, when you get a sweet audience, you want to ravish the audience and give just enough, maybe not too much. But then I'm a man with a healthy appetite, a poetic appetite. And you seem to reciprocate that sentiment. Now, we must be concerned about what we put in our temple. In thoughts, words, deed, food, drink, vision, hearing. God is not a naked man. The goddess is not a naked woman. They are clothed in the temple of humanity. The X and the Y chromosome speak to that reality. And so we must respect our temple. We are capsules of energy. And the last time I checked the law of thermodynamics, energy cannot be created and cannot be destroyed, but can transform from one state of existence to the next. And even if you think death is an escape, it is not. Death is like the summer holiday when the exam paper got marked. September, you know how the results go. Some people skip class, some go to the next stage, some get kicked out of school, some progress to the next stage. Energy cannot be created and cannot be destroyed. So even if you commit suicide, you can't escape. Because two spiritual police just meet you and say, you will come for, you know. You should have make it right on the other side. Now it's too late, you face the judgment. So be careful what you put in your temple. Be careful where you put your teeth. Because some place where people have put them teeth, me you know so no teeth not supposed to go there so. Now Bob Marley say him shot the sheriff, but I and I shot the butcher and the barber. Rastafari live. Watch how we do it now. Watch how you put in your teeth. People, watch how you eating for meat. People, watch how you put in your teeth. People, watch how you eating for meat. So you name the hog, the cow and the sheep. So they go up mama ball and the cow pupa weep. Look how the vegetable they a whole heap. Daylight long time. The people they must sleep. Talk one time till me all a repeat. Watch how you put in your teeth. Oh, no feel guilty now, you know. Look here. Listen now. Don't have to feel guilty. You see me the Rasta man, yeah? When me grew up in a St. Elizabeth in a Jamaica. I want to use some proper words now. Where the children them have to go wait till they grow big to understand. Our parents used to castrate and take out the testicles of the swine and give to us to eat. While the swine walk up and down same way, you know. And you get a cow and rope him up on a tree and take a knife and bust him throat and tear off him skin and eat him flesh and him tripe. That time the cow wife or the cow husband wait for them come home in the green pastures with the children. We have to check ourselves before we wreck ourselves. What you put in your teeth, people? What are you eating for meat? Or you still feel guilty? No, no need to. All right. Thou shalt not kill, that you're not cannibal. No wonder the Rasim have to eat ital. Because the vital elements well essential. Protein, vitamin and mineral. Now full up the structure of corridonction. And what are you putting in your teeth? People. What are you eating for meat? People. What are you putting in your teeth? People. What are you eating for meat? To kill an animal a cold-blooded murder. They had the lovers and children just like a we. So when your mother left back the bikini, I pay mourning in the whole family. Sick me too much for think about it. So do not on your belly in the cemetery. And what are you putting in your teeth? People. What are you eating for meat? People. What are you putting in your teeth? People. What are you eating for meat? So what happened to the ibij and Ilalu run up Dukunu and the Itas too? Rose corn and ripe banana, jackfruit and cherry mina, breadfruit and mountain guava, pineapple and jelly water, dashing cocoa and cassava. Hear me. This is the memory of the future. And what are you putting in your teeth? People. What are you eating for meat? People. What are you putting in your teeth? People. What are you eating for? What are you eating for? What are you eating for meat? People. Bless it and set it. All right. I'm an entrepreneur and I think me prove myself. I started my career with $300 Jamaican dollars. I me never take a loan. Me never sell a seed of ganja. They didn't talk about coke and the other things then. How much minutes may I have left, sir? How much minutes may I have leave on stage? Remaining. I'm my own translator. So, where was I now? Eh? Eh? Sorry? Okay, so you were listening. So I had $300 Jamaican dollars, no loan, no godfather, no smuggling, no thieving, no borrowing. And right now I have more than $300 Jamaican dollars on me. I have a house that is 4 floors in the air with my own studio, 30 acres of land, my own company, my own thing. So it shows it can happen. We don't have to be what we're not supposed to be in order to be what we are supposed to be. So this poem shows how we can change our negative situation into a positive. I have a business place at 29 Burlington Avenue. And one youth come inside one day, picky head. We don't say my Rasta, you know, picky head. And him beg. And after him beg and get to him want him ride him bicycle go down the road. But if after him riding bicycle go down the road, me still a see him. So them say Rasta love hallucinate you, them burn the thing. No. I don't smoke the thing, you know. I don't say I don't use it, you know. I say I don't smoke it. But I don't say I use it, you know. I say I don't smoke it. All right. I shut my eye, and I was still seeing him. I shut my eye tighter, and he was still there. I could give you something if you tell me what I took to see him standing even when my eye was closed. You're too bright, you know. Not you this time. Anyone else? Time is going. Yeah, but when me take and see him. All right, me take my nose and see him. And we have to use air freshener to move him. And so I developed a soap called the hygiene soap. I developed a dance called the hygiene dance. And I developed a song called the hygiene song. Now if you are the people them who come out of underground and rub up themselves and people and them know so them not clean. What we tell them say, hygiene. Come now with me now. Hi. Jean, how your arm is so green. Jean, how your teeth is no clean. Hi. Jean, how your odor so mean for your come on the street. You have to come clean. Hold on. You say you can't buy a roller, just go on. Tuna fi arm get warm. Get your loofah. Seriously. Aloe vera, green lime and salt and Ricky Raka. I run go hold of the pin of the natural river. I run go hold of fresh in the sea water. If that don't work, try roast potato. Number one antidote for the good odor. Sing with me now. Hi. Jean, how your arm is so green. Hi. Jean, how your teeth is no clean. Hi. Jean, how your odor so mean for you come underground. You should have come clean. Your hands and your heart have to be pure and clean. Your goodie and your mind have to fresh and clean. Freshen up yourself, all your kings and queens. Nastiness agree with human being. Cleanliness, that a consciousness. Your malice water, so you have to confess. Step up in a line for the hygiene test. Skin teeth, you know what me mean. I sing again. Hi, Jean, how your arm is so green. Hi. Jean, how your teeth is no clean. Hi. Jean, how your odor so mean for you come on the street. You have to come. You have to come. You should have come. You have to come clean. Hi. Look here. I want left, but I can't left it. You want me left? Me I go now.
Poem entitled Appreciation.
Appreciation. For borrowed air, grace and mercy, I say thank you. For things you do and I cannot see, I say thank you. For waking me up this morning, clothing me in my right mind, I say thank you, because sometimes I find the words thank you are often left unsaid. And even though we know that our prayers have been answered, blessings have been received, goals have been accomplished, mission impossible achieved, deceived, we think that we did it by ourselves, when the truth of the matter is we would not have been able to do it without him. You see, I'm a coach, so I know that most athletes never thank the coach. Most disciples, they never thank the preacher. Most students never thank the teacher. And parents, sometimes children will grow up to be ungrateful. And there's a rumor that says that most marriages end when people are unfaithful, only half true. Sometimes it is not just the infidelity, it is the lack of gratitude. Stress kills, but being underappreciated is murder, especially when you have given it your all. Just ask God, who sent his only son to die upon the cross to seek and save the lost, and people say thank you to him by pretending that he does not exist, either by not believing or living as they please, when the truth is he loves them beyond all the faults he sees. Just as a mother loves her child wholeheartedly, Christ loves us unconditionally. So let us in turn give appreciation where it is due. Firstly, by saying the words thank you, then I appreciate you. Then it would lead to the place where we can say I love you, because we truly understand the meaning. Okay. This is one I just composed while I was outside on the break. So bear with me, it's on the phone. Please, it's not intended to offend anyone. We're still on the topic of appreciation. This is not a tit for tat, butter for fat kind of poem. It is just a stating the facts kind of poem. To the teacher that said I wouldn't amount to anything, thank you. Last Saturday, I married your daughter. To the kids who made sure that I bathed every afternoon after school, courtesy of their water balloons, thank you. You taught me the value of personal hygiene. I'm sorry that when you bathe in the communal baths at the prison, there's always someone watching. I hear you're constantly looking over your shoulder, ready to run. Not much fun, is it now? To the teacher that gave me E's on my report card, because of you I learned the value of going the extra mile, and that each child I encounter is special in its own way, regardless of their academic ability. I'm sorry I got my sister to write over that homework assignment. It's just that I would hear you discussing my works and my inability to read, and just thought that maybe I would have at least gotten a C. Maybe that you could see that I was dyslexic and maybe I had feelings. To the guy in the audience, Dana does not lie. Pay your child support now. I'll pay your nursing home later. Choose wisely, because they do grow up fast. To the mother who uses her daughter as a punching bag because she resembles her dad. I'm sorry I called the police. I just got tired of wiping her bloody nose. To the kids that call me names like Elephant, Wakishi, Fat Man, and Belly Buster. You may now call me Officer, Performer, Designer, Inspirer, Achiever, Believer. To the teacher that said I wouldn't amount to anything, thank you. Tonight I use your words as my inspiration.
Ryan, now we'll have Sarah Francis with Teenager's Plea.
Very touching. Sitting quietly at my desk, reflecting on my day so far, amidst the silence and all the children's voices, I was drawn to a whisper which was the start of a teenager's unforgettable plea. He cried, "My Father in heaven, because I want you to hear me, I am going to speak very slowly. Enter my world, a world of bitterness and hatred, a world where I live but utterly dread, where tension swims around and plenty frustration can be found. In this world, no one listens to my story. Too busy making money, doing 2 jobs. No one shows up to planned school meetings. No one helps me with my homework in the evenings. No one. Father, my world is filled with sex, pressure, and drugs. Wannabe drug lords, gangster girls, and thugs. In my world, I have no trusted friend, no one on whom I can really depend, no one to call a role model, no one to set an example, no one. In my world, there's a lot of hunger and abuse, very few options from which I can choose. There are many roads, many crooked and bumpy, that I should not travel without company. My mommy, my daddy, or my extended family. Dear Lord, I want you to take me out of this agony, take me away from this world of danger, and give me to a kind stranger, where there is peace and no threat of disease. Father, please, answer the cry of a once beautiful, wanted baby, who is now a teenager, neglected, tired, and lonely. Amen.
With Rhythm to Freedom.
Changing it up a little bit. All right. For as long as I can remember, it's been like this. Work with no pay, separation from families, torture and punishment every day. Those people invaded our land, took advantage of our hospitality, then hunted us down like wild beasts. Shackled by our necks, wrists, and ankles, they brought us to these huge things my people thought was strange clouds surfing the waters. Like sardines we lay, packed up, bearing the dark brown, yellow shit dripping from our next door neighbors. We were measured by the size of our breast and the width of our shoulders and strength of our backs. Our men worked the plantations. Our women worked the house. What was pleasure for them? Rape, abuse, and torture for us. Some poisoned their masters. Some ran away, murdered their children, then committed suicide. Dying in the effort to be free was better off than enduring such misery. Deviants to comply face the whip. You can hear the sound of it ripping through black flesh till it cried blood. Screams tear in the air, then a sudden hush. We were locked away in dungeons and pits with no food, no water. Pests nibbling at our flesh. We all sang, steal away, steal away, steal away to Jesus. Steal away home. I haven't got long to stay here. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. Swing down, chariot, won't you let me ride? Oh, swing down, chariot, won't you let me ride? Oh, rock and roll, round and easy. I've got a home on the other side. All right. Swing down, chariot, won't you let me ride? Oh, swing down, chariot, won't you let me ride? Oh, rock and roll, round and easy. I've got a home on the other side. I love it. I was taught to sing and dance to the rhythm of our own beat. Those gone before me knew the dreams. They planned escape routes, the underground railroad. Our code name, the drinking gourd. And oh, this one. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. I say wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Now I turn in my grave. Our children are not getting to teach right the true meanings of these songs. They stand in church singing them like they have no meaning. They're not getting teach right the true meanings of our rhythms to freedom. I thank you.
Uluwakimi Linda Banks with Afraid.
Wannabe queen, turned psychologist. Now I see people at their lowest level when they're really hurting. I have the privilege to try to get in there and help. I remember my mother said, girl, you gotta be crazy to want to work with crazy people. I say, yeah, I'm crazy. Because you know what? We're all hurting. We all feeling pain. And sometimes it eases my pain to help you with your pain. So listen to me. Afraid. So who's afraid? Afraid of what? Go on, admit that you're afraid. They will see you for who you really are. A human being, like every other Homo sapiens, searching for what you really want, for someone to see below, behind, beyond the smile that's plastic. Just a flash of teeth, or one that's from the heart, your bruised heart, the frown, the snarling lips, the empty hi, hello, the eyes that will not connect, the lips that spit out venomous words like a snake, hurting so that you can pretend that you are not hurting inside. The painted lips, the fingertips, the pom-pom shorts, the pants that could easily cover your brother, your sister, your mother, and you together. Come on, admit it. Don't look around and see who to be. It's you. It's me. It's all of we searching for love. Unconditional, L-O-V-E. Look at me. Yes, really look at me. Just for one moment, look into my eyes, the latticed windows of my soul. I want you to want me to be the best that I can be. I want you to let me be, to help me be, to let me help you be what the Almighty ordained that we should be. Don't be afraid. The opposite of fear is love, or so they say. So why are we afraid to love? To really want to know how it is with you. Not just to ask the question and move on, not really caring, not really hearing how it is with me. Don't be afraid and really want to know. Don't be afraid to reach out and show me love. And now, please join with me. Turn to the person in front of you, beside you, behind you, and show them love. Right now. Stretch out your legs, stretch out your hand, stretch out your heart, and show them love. Thank you, thank you.
Now have Brandon Samuel following with love making.
Let's make love. Let's throw away all of our fears and doubts and just make love. Now, the first thing that went through every one of your minds is have sex. When I say make love, I don't mean two people grinding on each other or riding the same wave in an in-sync motion passionately. I'm talking about making love, the type of love that makes your heart break a rib bone every time you hear that special someone's voice. The type of love that as you lose concentration, your mind flees to the field where all of your thoughts of that person blooms through every season. That 2x over 3x times 3y over 4z equal, I have no clue, I'm thinking about you type of love. That stupid kind of love that when you say, hi, babes, how you doing? All I could say is 24. That crazy type of love if one night you wake up at 3 in the morning and have the cravings for spaghetti. I would go out and search all night just to get you some Chef Boyardee. Let's make love, because if you don't make it, you buy it. And if you buy love, it's not love.
I have a Tanjiro Huggins with self-democracy.
Self-democracy. Destruction, corruption, deception, perception, slavery and pain consuming, deteriorating your brains. Hidden deceit, written receipts of an imaginary world that you have yet to see. Blinded by extortion, inadequate proportion, stealing your lives like obligated abortion, immaculate conception. Obscure election of uncouth beliefs with no sort of direction, diving into your demise, and you are still trying to rise. But do you even realize?
None the greater. Nestled between brown ties, greeted by wetness, the mouth takes in the warm, silky essence. Sweet taste, remnants on a pointed tongue, the fragrance captivating the senses. No shy licks, but long, smooth strokes, for the desire is to consume, to eat of the panani. Gyrating on the hungry mouth, tongue gliding up wet folds, parting the petals of the uni flower. As the slow gyration continues on exploration, the tongue discovers a pearly nub. And from the oral caress, the catalyst of desire is shown, murmuring incoherently as the pleasure spot is found, feasting on the uni, jaws protest, but mouth unrelenting, intent only on the fulfillment. Erotic madness takes control. Body convulses. The intense ache indicating that ecstasy is fast approaching. Shamelessly bearing down on the pointed tongue that lavishes so sweetly on the swollen uni, rolling and dipping as hands tightly grab thick hips, willingly complying and giving the ultimate pleasure, continuously tossing as moans of ecstasy engulf the room. In seeing the sensual satisfaction the other is found, never knowing which one's completion is greater, because pleasure is ultimately given freely to each other, none the greater. Thank you.
Tonight, a few black sheep give us cause to weep. They have shattered a peaceful tradition with their treasonous action. Go home now and pray to God Almighty above. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. What seems to be treasonous action, set in motion by a mere faction, turns out at times to be the silent wish of the citizenry. Even a handful of people as this deserves the right to self-determination. In self-government, there's more bliss than there is under oppression. The God of Abraham, who in a cloud by day, in a pillar of fire by night, did with the Israelites stay, guiding them in their flight from Pharaoh's heathen land, will continue to bless and guide this righteous band. And there was an invasion. And this invasion was expected because Bratcher and his breadfruit boys had great intentions, and Anguillans had some fear, and they guarded the beaches night and day. A feeling of fear dwelt in my mind. I feared that Britain would find some reason for it to come to the aid of the ousted government, which would invade these shores of mine, and no quarter give to my people who have just begun again to live. And we were told, already one attempt has been made. Out of it, Britain must surely have stayed. Under the blanket of darkness that covered me came in last night a single vessel. Quietly, she rode my swells gently, her engines purring smoothly. Somehow, I had won a men ashore. Apart from that, I could do no more. A huge swell I caused to rise, and upon the reef throw the prize. Stuck upon the reef, much they grieved the men who crowded the deck, so hell and so heck, and so much noise that make that a breeze their voice to take ashore to those who sit sentinel, whose bullets upon the ship fell like bombs on a fallout shelter when the captain the challenge refused to answer. So hot was the reception that without any hesitation, on freeing the bow, out across my waters, the ship did plow.
Am I just a victim? A lamb to the hands of abuse as I retreat behind the walls of anger and fear. Every strike strips away little by little, piece by piece, the essence of my life. Hope, happiness, and love fled with their tails tucked between their legs. Braced against the wall with a broken temple, tears of blood dragging over painful bruises made from the past. Air trapped within me, the hunger for death blossomed throughout my body. Am I really a victim? A lamb to the hands of abuse. Because a lamb is a lamb until forced to become a wolf.
Wow. I am not black. I am human. I am not black. I am human. Black is the color of coal. Black is the color of the asphalt. Black is the color of the wheels on a bus, which is used for oppression. So I am not black. I am human. How dare you try to define me and determine my destiny when you have never known me, nor have you ever heard of me? How dare you, with the bold audacity, to portray your ignorance as valid truth about your definition of colors? Black is the color of darkness, dark as your treacherous heart, who feels the need to define me or other people. So I am not black, I am human. Black is the color of coal. Black is the color of the asphalt. Black is the color of the wheels on a bus, which is used for your oppression. So I am not black, I am human. As human as the innocent child being born into this earth, unaware of the enigmatic creatures of prejudice and discrimination. You pompous, arrogant, sorry excuse for a species drenched in your narcissism, who feels that you are above me and my existence, giving yourself the illusion of fabricated significance. You are the one who is black. Black is your color. Black as the eternal void in your heart of judgment. Black as the wheels on a bus which is used for your mental oppression. But as for me, I am not black. I remain human. Thank you.
Julian Hodge on stage with the vote of thanks. Okay, first of all, it is with much pleasure that I stand before you tonight to give thanks. First of all, thanks to God for affording us the opportunity to get together for such a wonderful event, wasn't it?
Yes.
To the poets, we say thank you, wishing you luck as we offer up our prayers that your goals and aspirations will have no bounds as you move onwards to higher grounds. They were great, were they not? Yes. To my co-host, Ms. Tiffany Matthews, I would like to say thanks for helping me out. Thank you to Darwin's Place for teaming up with us along with this year's sponsors, Ken's, Davida's, Irie Life, Anguilla Aluminum, and FGS Consulting. To our honored guest, Mr. Yasuf Afarai, Wine Pond Paper, we heartfully say thanks. If there is anyone we forget, we deeply apologize, for your contribution is gratefully and thankfully recognized. May you all have a most enjoyable night. God blessings to you as you leave us until next time.
Where y'all think y'all going? Y'all tired? Y'all got jobs to do tomorrow morning? Oops. Well, this is what you do, right? Pick up your telephone. Use the email service, right? Send your boss a letter, send him sick. Case closed. It's new age. Come on. Hey. Now, y'all have a choice. Y'all can leave somewhat content, or you can stay. What's your choice?
Well, you're offering up.
You willing to stay? Say aye.
Aye. Yes, aye.
Say wine.
Wine.
Say wine on paper.
Wine on paper.
All right, done.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. One second. Y'all didn't believe me? You all did not believe me? Let me see you walk out that door. Go ahead. I dare you to walk. I thought so. Walking out and standing doing the same thing, you know. All yours, boss.
Listen, when the people sit at the table and have a good meal, we don't want to pressure them to take more than they needed. No. We want to just lift up our voices and salute and celebrate all the poets that graced the stage since night. Let's hear you. Someone need to harness and package that hunger, that fire, that brilliance, that intelligence, and keep it going. We want to thank the Antigua Tourist Board, Irie Life and Lynn, Anguilla Design, all the people who take part. You see a lady named Anita, that is the guidance counselor at the Career Center. She has two daughters. One do the graphics for the book and one do the writing. Someone need to publish that piece of work. It was done on recycled papers as well, and hold it up as a showpiece for this country and for the Caribbean. We need to muscle in on the elitists Anguilla Literary Festival and make it be owned by the people. Because if the literature is elitist, then the politics and the economy and the social order is elitist. This is your country. Step up and own it. There is no excuse. Next year, we want to see them same youth here and dominate the festival. More people attend tonight than the entire literary festival, even when the headliner was performing. So what is wrong? We need to make it happen. And when the momentum starts, don't make it stop again. Because there's a thing known as inertia. A body will continue in a state of motionlessness until acted upon by some force. You have a car where broke down. It takes more energy if you push it off. Once you start push it off, it's easier if you continue to keep it going. And that's why I say to the underground. Yes. And bring it above ground. Yes. What want to say? Yes. Now I'm going to do a snippet of a poem called Work. Energy is the ability to do work. Some people love to idle. Them now want work. Stay on the corner whole time and flirt. Want to collect and still now want work. So our kind of man that you know so them a jerk. Them the kind of man that you know them now wear teeth for your pants, brief and shirt. Even the madman get up and work. Cause if you no work, you must turn a jerk. You understand? Work. You want prosperity. Work. You want to have a future. Work. You want to feed your family. Work. You want education. Work. You want to go to London. Work. You want to go to Booyak. Work. You have to have a plan and an intention. Bad boy business do not mention. For them, the sort of thing I show destruction. You a walk and a beg along out your hand. We have to resurrect for your dead ambition. Work. You want prosperity. Work. You want to have a future. Work. You want to kill poverty. Work. You want to feed your picnic. Now watch your farmer them on the plantation. Put food on the table for big half in yam. Can't take the hunger and the starvation. For sufferation lead to malnutrition. So come, make we set up a production plan. Listen to we parents' instruction. One cocoa full the basket. Every mickle make a muckle. A stitching time. Half is save 9. Procrastination is a thief of time. Work, you want prosperity. Work. You want to have a future. Work. You want to kill poverty. Work. You want to feed your country. Work. What me say? Work. 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 I make hungry kill no blouse and skirt. Honor, love, and prosperity. Don't forget Lavu on Tuesday evening at 7. Keep the fire burning.